Morning, boys and girls. Today we are in a rainy Atlanta on our way to the Georgia Aquarium. It's wet, it's nasty, but it's going to be a beautiful day inside. Looking forward to seeing some whales and who knows what else. We'll share some of it with you later. So check this out, guys. Did you know there's more than 500 species of sharks that swim in our oceans? 500 different species. Just think about all the different types of critters that could eat you for lunch. Check out these beautiful hammerheads. Big sharks. We do have these that live in our neighborhood. You know what we call all of these fellows? Bait or dinner. Now this one coming up, that's going to be a silver tip. We have black tips that live in our neighborhood. I don't know that we have any silver tips around us. See the silver on the tips of his fins? That is going to be the sand tiger. We learned. This one here is going to be your sand tiger shark. Check out his teeth. So this is a shark's tooth for a Carcarian megalodon. Just how big is it? We're talking a really big fish there. Now the teeth of the megalodon are set up, or all sharks are set up like a conveyor belt. You got this would be the front tooth back here. This is what they're actually chewing with, and then as that tooth falls out, it has a conveyor belt of more teeth that slowly move their way up to take the place of the teeth that are lost. The shark can have over 400 teeth in its mouth at one time. This one's your tiger shark. You can't really see a good angle here. You see these tiger stripes on him? We have those in the Gulf of Mexico. They tend to be a deeper water shark. They don't come into shore very often. So just how big was a Carcarian megalodon? Well, really, really big. All right, it's called big fishy here. Here we have sea lions. They're having a good time. There's a pretty one. We're going to a sea lion show here in a couple hours, so hopefully we'll get to learn some good stuff about them. There's another one. Check out these cool fishes that come from the Amazon. They got orange and you got blue. Where's the pretty blue one? There's a pretty blue one right there. When you get past the mist of the jungle and get down deep into the water, what do you have? You have piranha. These fish like to eat people. They will pick your bones clean. That's a pretty cool fish. Everybody loves turtles. These are yellow belly pond sliders, and we have these back home too. See the long fingernails on the front? That tells me that that one's going to be a boy turtle because he will use those fingernails to tickle the girl's chin to get her motivated. If you look up, you see a fine looking pair of boots. Yes, the belly is where they make your alligator skin boots from. My wife was very excited to see these because she has these in her fish tank. These are Congo tetras. She said these are all males, and in the fish world, boys tend to be prettier than girls. That's why they have all their males in here. Aren't those beautiful fish? This is known as a fire eel. Look at that forked nose he has there. And the little ones you said are grommies there?
No, that big one over there with those long tentacles.
Okay, that big one right there is a grommie.
Not that one.
Not that one.
See with the long tentacles hanging down?
Oh, okay, right there. Those are grommies with long tentacles hanging down. Lots of different fish to choose from. Look at that fire eel working its way through the water. Some of my favorite critters, the river otters. So much fun to watch. Now, we're not going to talk about fish here. We're going to talk about kelp. Kelp's that big leafy seaweed you see here, and believe it or not, you have probably eaten that in your life. A lot of ice cream companies will use kelp to keep the ice cream from getting hard Kelp's also a really good source of all kind of nutrients. A lot of bodybuilders will make shakes with it and whatnot. Yeah, you eat kelp.
Wait, our exchange student used to eat dried kelp with brownies.
Yes, that's true. She would eat dried kelp
Like
baked
chips.
into brownies. They're like brownie kelp chips. Weird. Remember Flo from Finding Nemo? Well, here's some of Flo's cousins. My wife just informed me that we don't call them starfish anymore. We call them sea stars because kids that are not near coastal areas and aren't exposed to them, when they hear of a starfish, they think of a fish that would swim through the water, not something that looks like that. These are some of the coolest creatures at the Georgia Aquarium. They're beluga whales. We're really having a well of a time here. She's having fun with her hula hoop. She, he, not really sure what it is.
They're all girls.
Okay, they're all girls. Now we're waiting our turn to see the dolphin show. That should be good. We're up very high. Don't want to get splashed. We're well above the splash zone.
Give her a nice big wave. Carry me, Luna, Caroline. Oh my goodness, she's dancing with you. All right, so when you spun, she spun. What do you think will happen if we jump up and down? Yeah, she might also jump. So let's give it a whirl. How about one more big round of applause for Luna and Bernini? Thank you, and goodbye, everybody.
That fella makes some fine surfing turf. Next up, sea lions. Well, sadly, they didn't allow video or photos in there, but it was a really good show. You'll have to come here and check it out sometime. Check out this seahorse here. My wife just read it is one of the fastest seahorses, and you can see roughly how big it is based off my hand. Now, we do have seahorses in the Gulf of Mexico around us, but they're little bitty tiny seahorses, only about this big. I've never seen one this size in our home area. Have you ever found a sand dollar on our beach? Well, the ones you're finding are dead. These here are alive sand dollars, and you can see the tiny little fur-like pieces on their body. Underneath, they have little furry feet. This one here is flipped over. You can see the little furry feet that it moves on. And my wife said that they stand up like this one, and the water moves in from the underside and flows through it, and that's how it eats. Check out this creature. It is a dragon. It is called a weedy sea dragon. It lives in kelp forest, and you think about what kelp looks like, it would be almost invisible living up inside the kelp because it would just blend in so beautifully with it. Have some more sea stars here. That one is huge. It's probably 2 feet across. Got some pretty colored ones in the back. And then down here, look at how they're wrapped around the rocks. These are sea anemones. Sea anemones are not my friend. They have very sharp spines, and if you step on them in the water, they will break in you kind of like a sea porcupine and inject you with a venom that is gonna make it really hurt. We do have these here, so if you ever walk along the rocks down at the jetties at Orange Beach, you're likely to step on them.
Which one?
Octopus.
The octopus?
Yeah, touch somebody. They didn't like it.
Back to the otters. We're on the other side of their tank now, where we get to see them from underneath. My wife says they're not otters. What are
They are
they?
otters. These are sea otters. The other ones were Asian short clawed.
Okay, so these are sea otters, and the other otters we looked at were Asian short something or otter. and they just disappeared on us.
So cute.
Watch, he's gonna blow green bubbles. See him? These are once again the beluga whales who came back here after we finished our 2 shows we went to.
Welcome to the beluga habitat in the United States. It's a target breeding program. You see disappearing around the rock on the level. Here's a sailor over 1,000 pounds. Again, a big beluga. The beluga can have anywhere from 4 inches to 10 inches of thick blubber. Yes. To help them stay warm.
He said that they have between 4 inches and 10 inches of thick blubber on their bodies to keep them warm.
And the beluga's skin is
Their skin is 100 times thicker than human skin. Look at that bubble.
Look at it spinning.
Actually, my wife pointed out it's actually spinning. It's not just a bubble, a circle bubble, it was spinning.
That was really cool.
Pinwing time. Don't let these cute little fellas fool you. There's some keen, stealthy operators. We learned that from the cartoon Madagascar, which I know has got to be true.
The coasts of South Africa and Namibia. Here at Georgia Aquarium,
We walked all the way around that whale skeleton when we were down below and never even noticed it. How cool is that? This is a really cool exhibit. We got sea turtles. We got a variety of fish. We got stingrays down here. And looking fish, all white and stuff. More stingrays. Check out that big one. I'm sure some of you can tell me what that is, and there we go. There's a nice shark going in the background. Not sure what type of shark that one is. There's the prime thing for this area. That is a whale shark. Can't really see a good angle. We'll get more shots of it later. And here's the blacktip. We have blacktips where we live. Sea turtle again. Checking y'all out. There's that spotted ray again. Look how beautiful.
It is beautiful.
The whale shark was delivered to the aquarium by none other than UPS. The cargo plane was owned by them, operated by them, and it was the largest, heaviest animal payload ever transported by the company. Check out this tunnel. Look at the size of that ray up there.
That one's got a crooked paw.
That is the big star of the show here. That is going to be your whale shark. The whale shark can grow to 40 feet long. To transport this one from Thailand between ships, planes, and vehicles, it took 30 hours to get here. Actually, there's a view of the whale shark. Isn't that magnificent? The Atlanta Aquarium is the only place in the United States that have whale sharks in captivity. There's a real good video of it. Look at that. Big old grouper getting in the way. That's a huge manta ray right there swimming beside the whale shark. You can see the manta ray has a wingspan. I think that was probably about a 6 or 8 foot wingspan. Really big. Right here, we have a leopard shark. Zebra shark. Sorry, I was corrected. Zebra shark. You would think it would be striped if it was zebras and spotted if it had leopards, but no. Hey, whatever. Getting a little loud in here, but we had to ask about this one. It is a spotted woebegone. It has whiskers.
crazy. Do they live here in the area?
These are just cool as can be. These are garden eels, and they will live in colonies of over 100 at a time. Look at them. It's like plants growing out of the sand there. This is somebody that you really don't want to grab hold of, because if you do, he will really light up your life. You remember the alligators we saw from the underside? Well, here they are on the top, and check out this pretty one. That is an albino alligator. In the wild, it would have a very slim chance of surviving because it doesn't have any camouflage to protect it from predators. Beautiful, beautiful alligator. Here's another albino alligator. If you take a look at its eyes, it has pink eyes. To be truly albino, you have to have pink eyes. You may have a lack of pigmentation in some wildlife, making them more predominantly white, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're albinos. These are lionfish that are becoming a real problem where we live. People had them in their saltwater aquariums and then just released them out into the Gulf of Mexico when they didn't want them anymore. They then began to procreate out there, and now we have an infestation with them. They have poisonous barbs that if you step on them can cause a lot of pain, or I think possibly even death. They're supposed to taste really good if you know how to catch them safely and cook them the right way, but if you don't, then they are going to give you a really bad day. All right, this is feeding time for the whale sharks here. They have that little red basket there, and you can see the whale shark is actually coming up to eat out of the red basket. As big as those whale sharks are, their esophagus is only the size of a quarter. Can you believe that? Now they've gotten even closer to us. The shark's on the other side of the boat, and there it comes around. Check that out. It's just taking and scooping up the, what is it, plankton that they eat? Some tiny little somethings. Look at it. That was an awesome adventure. We had a great time there. Now we're off to the next adventure, dress shopping in the rain.